Ferrari Formula One team Fred Vasseur is expecting to see rapid in-season development as squads get to grips with the new regulations and doesn't believe the pecking order will remain static after the opening race in Melbourne. Subscribe F1 Threat for more information. Formula One news every day. The 2026 regulations change, encompassing new power units, energy deployment and aerodynamics, is one of the biggest rule resets in F1 history, and presents Ferrari with a chance to start on the front foot after it wasn't able to mount a credible title challenge in the outgoing rules era. To boost its chances, Ferrari fully shifted its aero development to the 2026 car from April onwards, which meant it paid a price through the latter half of the 2025 season as it slid to fourth in the constructors' standings after a season without a Grand Prix win. After he and the team faced mounting pressure and scrutiny back in Italy this year, Vasseur is under no illusions about what is expected from Ferrari in 2026. But he also stressed that teams have so many performance differentiators develop that the road to success next year is about in-season improvements rather than the pecking order at the very first race in Melbourne. Next year, it won't be about the first picture of the season. It won't be all about the classification of Australia. It will be a lot about the capacity for quick development, Vasseur cautioned. The season won't be over in Australia for sure. It doesn't matter if we are P1 or P10, but it will be a long way until the end. It will be a long way for everybody. Asked about how his 2025 choices will pay off, the Frenchman replied, "I have no clue. Our sport is a comparison. I can do a good job, but if someone did a better job, I look stupid. We are pushing at the limit, and we are trying to do the best, and for sure, the more time you are spending on the project, the better you will be. But I don't know if McLaren, Red Bull or Alpine is in front of us. Nobody knows, and I think the most important thing is not to spend time to try and understand if the others are in front or behind." According to Charles Leclerc, the new era is now or never for Ferrari to fight for championships with him, with the Monegasque delivering one of his best F1 campaigns in 2025 without having anything to show for it. Leclerc still waiting for his title shot since joining the Scuderia in 2019. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton is due a winter reset after a bruising first campaign at Maranello, which was more difficult than he had anticipated. Does Vasseur share the same sense of urgency as Leclerc about Ferrari having to step up its game? No, not urgency, no. But when you ask him if he's happy with the session when he's P2 or when he's P6, it's not the same Charles for sure. But if you ask him the Thursday after, "What do you want to do with the team?" then I think the approach is always the same. It's always constructive to try to do better, even if in P1. We are just trying to do a better job on every single pillar of the performance. On the engine, on the gearbox, on the aero, on the setup, on the simulator, and this is the DNA of what we are doing. But it's not that just one team is waking up in the morning like, we are not doing a good job, we have to push. Trust me, I think Max Verstappen is pushing the team at the limit. Lando Norris is pushing the team at the limit, and honestly, as an F1 team, it's also what we are expecting. If Charles and Lewis were very happy with the car and with everything, I would be desperate. This is more positive than anything else. On the other side, Mercedes rookie Andrea Kimi Antonelli believes the team's ill-fated suspension change cost him 2 or 3 months of development during his first Formula One season. Mercedes introduced a tweaked rear suspension geometry at Imola's Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix back in May, as it further tried to home in on its relative lack of low-speed performance and its rear tyre temperature issues, taking inspiration from what McLaren's class-leading MCL39 was doing on the rear of the car. But that update introduced instability to the back end, and while experienced George Russell managed to drive around the issues to some degree, rookie Antonelli had a much tougher time. Following a promising start to the year, Antonelli's form tanked over the start of the European season, sapping him of confidence. As Mercedes reverted its suspension changes, Antonelli slowly rebuilt his confidence and went on to enjoy a solid final leg of his rookie year. "I think I've lost a good 2 or 3 months of progress." Antonelli recently reflected on the technical curveball thrown his way. "Obviously, I struggled with the rear end more than George. I struggled more to adapt, mainly to do my driving style. It was a difficult period because I just kept losing confidence, driving super tense, and I just really struggled to make any progress. And obviously, if I either was able to adapt better, or if either I would have gone back earlier to the suspension, probably it would have been a bit different, and I would have been able to build momentum already at the end of the European season, or halfway through it. Mercedes trackside engineering director Andrew Chauvelin said, "Antonelli is now a much more rounded Grand Prix driver as a result, with the Italian's ability to nail qualifying sessions the biggest area of improvement. We expected long runs to be the hardest, but he was strong there immediately," Chauvelin said. "Single lap performance took more work. Learning to trust the tyres and generate temperature early was key. He now understands the flow of a race weekend much better. His ability to describe what the car is doing has always been strong, which is one of the most important things. Over time, he's building a database of cause and effect with setup changes. A key area is learning how hard to push, not under or overhitting. Budapest was an example where he overcooked it. Toward the end of the year, as results improved, he sometimes overdid it in Q3 after strong Q1 and Q2 performances. These are details drivers with many years of experience have learned the hard way. What's good with Kimi is that once he learns something, it sticks. He's not repeating the same mistakes. Overall, we're very much on track with him." What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments below.